strike on it, forces Calendar into a save down to his left. Big save there. Joseph Martinez from 25 yards on, tries the curl. Negri trying to flick it through, and it comes to the back post, and it's a debut goal for Serhii Krivtsov. Hits it off the post. Borgelin saved off the left. Borgelin again has scored. Gives Miami the comfortable lead. What is there left to say about Lionel Messi at the end of an absolutely incredible game? He puts in the free kick from 20 yards out. Miami tie the game at 4 against FC Dallas and eventually win the game in the shootout 5-3 as Miami are through to the quarterfinal of Leagues Cup. As we welcome you in to this week's edition of the Inter Miami Show, Chris Whittingham alongside the former England, Arsenal, West Brom, and of course Inter Miami defender Kieran Gibbs. And Kieran, that was an absolutely insane game, but Miami able to pull through and progress to the next round.
Honestly, Chris, I'm just trying to work out how much more dramatic these games can get. I mean, it's just unbelievable. What a game. What a game. So enjoyable to watch, really physical, intense. Credit to both teams, they both left it out there. Miami came up trumps, but this is the beautiful game that we love. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to breaking it down. I feel like just before we start though, I want to give a special shout out to one of the Dallas players actually, Bernard Kamungo,
yes,
who was a refugee, a Tanzanian refugee, and he came over with his family as a teen. Migrated to the US, and he scored a great goal last night. This is the beautiful game that we love, and what a story that is, just to top off an incredible night. I feel like he deserves a special mention.
That's a great shout. And Lionel Messi, obviously, on one end of the game as the GOAT, and you have a player like Bernard Kamungo, who came over at 14 years old into Abilene, Texas, and then actually went to an open tryout of the reserve team
at North
for
Star,
FC
Texas.
At North Texas. It's remarkable, his story. But in the end, the game finishes 4-4. And let's get into the highlights of this one, because there is so much to get to from this game. I imagine we'll just be seeing nothing but goals. And, of course, it gets started early on. Diego Gomez in his first Inter Miami start getting it out to the left side, and Jordi Alba with the cutback. And how many times have we seen that for Barcelona? And now we see it for the first time for Inter Miami. Lionel Messi from Jordi Alba on the board, and Miami would open the scoring. But then Dallas getting into the game. Marco Farfan, who would certainly play a role later on. Nice cross into Facundo Quignon for the first goal for Dallas. To get another through the aforementioned Kamungo. Here would be the third from Velasco, going all the way through the penalty area. In the end, the goal would be credited to the Argentine Velasco, who would swap shirts with Messi after the game. And then again, Messi in behind for Alba. The substitute, Benjamin Cremaschi, smashes it into the roof of the net for 3-2. But then Dallas getting that 2-goal lead yet again. Arriola trying the cutback and the unfortunate own goal off of Robert Taylor for 4-2. Then from the free kick, Messi to the back post. An incredible own goal, frankly, from Marco Farfan, trying to get rid, but instead he puts it in the back of his own net. And then Messi. What can you say about this? He's done it again. Did it on his debut. Does it to get Miami closer to the quarterfinal. And then, with Miami up 4-3 in the shootout, it's Benja Cremaschi, the 18-year-old, who puts it into the bottom corner, and Miami win the game in the shootout, 4-4 on the night, 5-3 in the penalty shootout. All 5 takes converted, and converted well. But Kieran, first off, I don't think I've ever talked that quickly through a highlights section of the Inter Miami show. We're just flying through this. This was crazy. But I think we saw a lot of different attributes, but for me, the thing that most stands out before we get to the breakdown of the goals is sort of a character piece, an ability for Inter Miami to come back from 2 goals down. And when you look at the number 10 on the field, you see Lionel Messi, you look at him and go, we're in every game. We have every chance. And I think that mentality is really starting to permeate through the team.
Yeah, and I mean, look, there were enough warning signs in the game that Tata will want to address because, you know, they looked a little bit exposed sometimes on the counter-attack, and I'm sure he'll be pressing the boys about that and speaking to them. But in terms of character, I mean, to come back twice into the game like that is outstanding. The determination, the willingness to want to win. I mean, even when Messi puts in the free kick in the top corner, you know, most players celebrate that, right? And he's trying to get the team back to
go
win
for
the
5,
game.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's the winning mentality that he brings to the team. And it's done the players a world of good. I believe that game will lift the spirits of the team tremendously, because, you know, it's not always going to be easy, right? And this game proved that. But those ingredients that they have had to that never say die attitude will take them really far in this competition and in the league as well.
Yeah, and I think you have the ultimate positive from a coach's standpoint, which is you get to win the game, but you also get to drive home a message that there is room for improvement. And I imagine we'll see that over the course of the coming weeks and months for Inter Miami, as we can now take a look a little bit more at the goals. Obviously, we flew through them, but we want to have a look. Obviously, Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba involved in some of these moments of quality. But here's the first goal. It starts from a deeper position. No surprise that it's Busquets into Gomez, but we've probably seen this pattern for Barca so many times, Kieran. Alba with the cutback for Messi.
Yeah, no, this is vintage Alba and Messi combination. We've seen it so many times before. They know each other so well. It's almost as if Alba knows where he wants to be before he passes the ball, and the weight and accuracy of the pass is just perfect, and he can hit it first time, and the keeper just has no time to adjust, and it's just brilliant.
And then here would be the second goal. Again, you see it from a little bit further back in the build-up. Messi, again, finding Alba. It's that chemistry, that unspoken chemistry, and then Cremaschi straight off the bench. He'd probably only been in the game for a minute and then comes in and scores.
Yeah, and he had a great impact to the game. I thought he was brilliant when he came on. But yeah, this link-up play is Miami have been crying out for it, and it's paying off dividends right now.
And then the free kick, you just put it into the danger area and hope something good happens. Krivtsov and Robinson hurling themselves at it, but it's Marco Farfan who turns it into his own goal. And no surprise, Messi magic into the top corner from the free kick.
Yeah, this is just pure greatness, Chris. There's no other way to put it. We said, didn't we, that you just can't afford to give free kicks away against Miami anymore, and this is why. It's as though it's as dangerous as giving away a penalty. That's how crazy it is. It's a perfect free kick. Up and over the wall, down immediately, to manipulate the ball and get the accuracy to put it in the top corner all at the same time is just so difficult to do, and yet he makes it just look so easy, and he continues to defy the odds. It's sublime. And you know, to not even really celebrate like we said and just run back and try and win the game, it just really sums him up. It's pure greatness.
Yeah, it's remarkable actually. In the games since the first one against Cruz Azul, I've seen free kicks in a similar position. I just expect them all to go in the top corner now. And then you watch mere mortals take the free kicks like, oh, they go 10 yards behind the goal. That's generally how that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But beyond that, obviously, the free kicks were amazing. We see another 90 minutes of Lionel Messi in an Inter Miami shirt. What stood out to you about his performance in the overall?
Clinical, and he allows everyone time and space around him. He's lifting the winning mentality. That's what I saw from this game. You could tell his never say die attitude just filtered throughout the team, and it's lifted everyone from on the bench. You can see even when they were taking the penalties. I love the way he's celebrating with the boys. They just look really together right now, and they're looking like a real team. They're just looking like a real team.
Yeah, and you see, again, Miami take 5 penalties and convert all of them. Messi getting it started by converting the first one. Miami through to the next round of Leagues Cup as we look forward now to the next round. Again, Friday at Drive Pink Stadium. Inter Miami taking on Charlotte FC here at home as Charlotte coming in off the win over Houston in the last round. And Kieran, what for you, just sort of looking forward here into the business end of the competition? Miami now into the quarterfinal stage. You start to dream, right? You win one more game, and no matter what, you're playing for a chance in next year's Concacaf Champions Cup, and all of a sudden you could be away from there. But it's also could potentially be an opponent you look past. You've already played against some top-level Mexican opposition. You've already played against FC Dallas away from home. How does Miami stay focused on the challenge, and what do you think are the 1 or 2 things they'd want to improve upon from the game in Dallas?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, like the game last night, it was probably a little bit of a humbling experience. You know, going behind twice, the realization that you still have to put the work in. You can't just rest on your laurels, and they're really close now to getting their hands on a trophy. And the anticipation will grow throughout the team the further they get into the competition. So this is such a good learning experience for all of the young players, but I feel like they're really together and they're going to be prepared for the challenge. I felt that you could feel that watching them after the game. They really want this, and so they just have to hold on tight to their momentum and to their form. And yeah, we have to get behind them at Drive Pink. I'm sure it's going to be another crazy night here again. I'm really looking forward to it.
And again, Friday night is the game. Inter Miami taking on Charlotte, and we're expecting another sold-out crowd. We're expecting another crazy atmosphere. But like you said, you see the intensity in the players at this moment, considering it's a brand-new competition, and Lionel Messi and Busquets and Alba just jump into the middle of it, and they've really taken it on board. They care about winning as they care about winning everything. I think that's really the biggest message at this moment in time. That'll do it for us here on the Inter Miami show. Again, crazy game in Dallas, and we hope for more fun in the games and weeks to come. This Leagues Cup ride has been absolutely incredible, and we'll continue to break it down for as long as they're in the tournament here on the Inter Miami Show. For our tremendous production team and for my partner, Kieran Kids, my name is Chris Whittingham, signing off for this week's edition of the Inter Miami Show.